Welp, I should have done a test. A lot has happened since the last playthrough, about 3.5 hours to be precise. And I thought I finally had everything under control at the 3-hour mark, or more like the 2-hour and 45-minute mark. So I thought, okay, finally I can do another playthrough episode. But I didn't test the video recording first. I always do just like a quick 30-second test to make sure the video is recording and the audio is picking up. And the one time I don't do it, after already playing for 3 hours that is not getting uploaded, is the one time that it wasn't working. So I just played for 50 minutes. After 3 hours of footage that you will never see. And now you won't even see that 50 minutes. But I didn't really do a lot. I did do something major though, as I found the final fragments for the mobile bay and the sea moth. And I have fabricated a sea moth. I would have liked for that to be in the...
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
I would have been happy to have that. I do have a file. It's about 10 gigabytes in size and 50 minutes long, but it's corrupt. It just doesn't work. So,
Power restored. All primary systems online.
What do you think? Looks a little different, huh? The last time, I believe the last video you saw, I logged out at this point. And when I logged in, you were looking at this, except that you could not see Aurora, and you did not see the water hitting the window. A lot has happened. The next video I did after that, I logged in, and it was lag from hell. It was really bad. I got away from the base area, and no more lag. I thought maybe the lag was localized. When I mean lag, I mean graphical lag, a drop in frames. It was really bad. I couldn't even bear to play it. But I figured it was okay as long as I was away from the base. But of course, I had to keep returning to the base, and I was working on the base as well. And I was experiencing a lot of lag, and it was pissing me off. And I was ranting a lot, complaining about how Unknown Worlds doesn't have any support at all. They have 0 support. Because they're interested in, as they say on their site, in the grand scheme of things, so they can't be bothered with individual issues for people that can't play the game. So I was pretty pissed. I was also encountering a lot of other bugs, including one that prevented me from placing windows on any of these panels. And that was kind of driving me crazy. So I believing it was a localized issue, I decided to relocate the base. So I moved it over here. And I did it piece by piece, and it was a pain in the butt because I had already transferred materials and built those lockers, etc., etc. And then when I took down the final piece, which happened to be the moonpool, the lag completely disappeared, leading me to believe that when the moonpool is built above the water line, it creates lag. If I'm playing the game without recording, it's not really that noticeable, although it still had its moments. But when you're streaming or recording, you're creating extra strain on the computer, and so I was definitely feeling it. So I am still feeling more lag than before, but it's not terrible. It's just kind of here and there, including here at the base. I've come to the conclusion that it's related primarily to the placement of the moonpool. it wants to be completely submerged, and then I don't really seem to have any issues at all. However, I really like this look. I mean, doesn't that look so cool with the water hitting the window like that? Of course, this means things under the water have to be rendered, things above the water have to be rendered. And look at this weird glitch over here. That doesn't even look like water, does it? It looks like a portal or something. It's really weird. It's not supposed to look like that. And that's because, or I assume it's because, the moon pool is halfway in the water. If this becomes an issue, I'll just have to submerge the moon pool all the way under and try to, well, I don't know how I would connect it. I guess I would have to sink everything. But I really like this look. I like it a lot. Not that I'm just going to be standing here and looking out, but when I am in the base, that makes for a more pleasant visual experience. Look at that. That looks so cool. So you also notice some changes over here. I have a couple of lockers. I'm creating a little nook area here, a little workshop, a nooked workshop area. In the last video I said the first thing we would do is put in the bioreactor. There it is already. Sorry you missed it. You missed a lot of stuff due to all of the issues that I had. This runs on anything organic and it's out right now. I only have 187 power. Let me fill this up right now. And other than that, I'm just going to make this a recap video talking about
Welcome aboard, Captain.
what happened to the... I thought there were some coral tubes over here somewhere. How did I lose them? I'm still getting a bit more lag. Some dropped frames here and there. But it's playable. Oh, is that right over here? Okay. So on this side of the moon pool. I think that will be enough. So, what else? I found the final fragment for the vehicle bay. As a matter of fact, I found it right down here. Literally next to the base. I think it was down here a little ways. Oh, sandstone. Let me grab that.
30 seconds.
Whoa, wait. It's 30. Oh, because I was already under for a while. Alright. And I think it was it over here? Yeah, it was right here. This probably has not respawned yet. Nope, has not respawned yet. But that was pretty convenient. I was pretty excited about that. And I had already found the final fragment of the sea moth over at a wreck near Life Pod 6. Oh, I still have this. I don't have enough room. I can just stay out here for now. Here's the vehicle bay. I think it's called the mobile vehicle bay. What's this thing called? Yeah, mobile vehicle bay. This is what you use to create sea moth and other vehicles. I really wish we had drones that you could control in this game. That would be super cool. These things build the sea moth. And because of this weird water glitch here, watch this. I can just jump right up. I don't even have to use the ladder. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It might get even more glitchy. I could the frames could continue to decrease, and if they do, I'm just going to have to submerge this entire base. If I do that, I'll probably put a 5th multi-purpose room above here, so I have something above water, encircle it with windows, and then have a botanical garden in there or something like that. I think that would look pretty cool. I have to remind myself not to get stuck in base building mode, because that's what I did in survival, and it's the reason I didn't progress very far, because I just started building bases. I really enjoyed it. Alright, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm filling this up for power. So anything organic can go in here. And now we can see the power is going up again, 195. I did not move the solar panel over when I built this. So here's my work nook. Over here is going to be food, water, and batteries for now until I can find a battery charger. I found these looting over near the Aurora, which is near LifePod 4. And actually, I need to always... I think there's I can't remember if there is storage on the Seamoth or if that comes later as an upgrade. Access upgrades. That's not storage. Is there storage? I can't remember what that thing was right there. I hope this is recording. 89%. Energy fully charged. Oh, I need to repair it a little bit. Anyway, I'll come back to that. So, what else? Alright, yeah, let me show you LifePod 4 and 6. Because they came up in the last episode, or maybe even before that episode. If you recall... Here, LifePod 4, telling me it's about midway of Aurora, about 150 meters away from it. So I found it, and then I learned how to craft a, forgot what it's called now. Let me see. A decoy, I think. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Creature decoy. Attracts creatures to its location. Can be deployed by hand or by submarine, cannot be reclaimed once deployed. So I can craft those, but I haven't tried it yet. Mobile vehicle bay I can craft now. Seamoth I can fabricate now. Where was I? So LifePod 4, and then at LifePod 6 there's a wreck nearby, and I spent a lot of time there. Because it's right at about 100 meters. And I kept swimming up to get air and then back down to go through this big wreck. And there is a part of the wreck that I can't access because I need a cutting tool. When you get close to it, it tells you that you need a cutting tool. And I do know that the laser cutter, I believe, is that. But I've only found one of those pieces. One piece of the propulsion cannon and one piece of the light stick. And I'm not really sure where I want to go next. So anyway, I went there. Oh, here I'll play the data log from that. Data downloads. Here we go. Crew log from 4.
To any Laatoore crew. Landed in area of significant alien activity. Encountered predators in the Leviathan class, highly aggressive. Spectroscope scanner assigned species designator Reaper. One specimen attempted to swallow the lifepod, doing extensive damage in the process. Only viable option is to make for the safety of the Aurora crash site. I have retrieved a data box with the creature decoy and enough resources to fabricate a couple of them. The swim's longer than the decoy lifetime, but it should just be enough to keep them busy. If you don't find me on board the ship, presume I miscalculated.
And there were 2 at LifePod 6. This
Ma'am,
one...
I need you to stay calm. We're not in immediate danger.
Where are the rescue teams?
The Aurora didn't make it.
So, where are the rescue teams?
They're dead, ma'am. We have rendezvous coordinates, but the routes are radiated.
So, what are you going to do?
I'm head of human resources, ma'am. This is not my expertise. But the PDA says if we can find some lead, we can make radiation suits.
Oh, there! I am not setting foot outside this life pod without the proper protection.
Don't worry. I'll go.
And then the other one.
What are you doing?
You were gone so long. I thought you'd drowned.
Put the flare down!
I was going to try and attract someone's attention.
That's not a distress flare! Stop waving it around like that. You'll catch the fuel line.
And that was it. I can't remember what I found at Life Pod 6, but I did find a bunch of parts at the wreck that was there. And that's the wreck that has a wall that I need to cut through in order to further access it. What else? Oh, I learned a little trick. Since I needed to craft a power cell, you need one for the sea moth, and you also need one for the mobile vehicle bay. I found out that you can use dead batteries because the power cell is basically just a larger battery. Right? There's a battery, there's a power cell. The power cell requires 2 batteries and rubber. But those batteries can be dead and it will still work, and the power cell will still be at 100%. I went through a lot of batteries, but I'm really glad that I kept them. So now this is my food and first aid locker, and I'll keep dead batteries and full batteries in here for now until I can get a battery charger going. Now I need to always keep one battery on me for my Sea Glide, which is only at 6%. And now I need to also always carry at least one power cell in case I lose power on the Sea Moth. I think later, when I figure out how to get the upgrade device, then I think one of the things you can get is storage. What am I doing? Oh yeah, we're over here. And storage, and I can store a battery in here, I think. All of this stuff I've moved out. I'm not in here anymore. I keep it enabled as a beacon just so I can see where home is. But I do want this. Let me double check. Just in case. Yeah, it's cleared out. So we're done here. And the base is the same as it was over there. 4 multi-purpose rooms. Oh, I didn't make it that time. I hope this does not become an issue. So, this is the workshop room, general work area. And then over here will be storage and power. And I'll have 3 wall lockers on each one of these panels, which is about the same amount of space as putting 2 wall lockers, or not wall lockers, but 2 stand-up lockers. But they take up more space, and there's less wiggle room in here, so I like having a little bit more space. And I will line all of these with wall lockers. Over here will be titanium, and over here will be quartz. For now, it's both titanium and quartz over here. And in here I just have some miscellaneous stuff for now until I get more organized. So in here will be wall-to-wall lockers, no windows at all. With the exception of one of these walls will be the water treatment center. Still can't remember what it's called. Still can't craft it or fabricate it. Having to disassemble and rebuild the base, I went through a couple of batteries for the habitat rebuilder. Have no power here. I might as well go ahead and do that right now. Alright, I don't know why I feel the need to keep that on me. What do I have in here again? Still not sure what to do with that. Actually, I could probably use that for power. I'm at 500 power now, at least. Let me put this in here for now. Actually, do I have some in here already? I do. Let's keep them together. Oops. Okay, what else? Oh, yeah, and I do have this area down here. So this will be Alien Containment Center, i.e. the large aquarium. And then over here will be my personal quarters. This will be window, 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 and then reinforcement, reinforcement. Because this is looking inward, and basically all you can see are the legs to the base anyway. So it'll be pretty nice in here, having almost all windows. And then I'll have just personal items in here, just basically things to decorate. Although I can still decorate throughout, it'll be focused primarily there. Did I just see a bubble there? Can't think of anything else. Everything's fine with the sea moth. I do need to repair it.
Welcome aboard CAD Systems Online.
Sea moth is great, especially for hitting wrecks, because you can go down deep, or at least deep enough for now. I think there's still a limit, but deep enough for now, and hit wrecks, and then I can just hop out when I'm trying to get to the wrecks, and then when I run out of air, instead of taking all the time to hit the surface, I can just jump back in and get access to air. So it is very convenient. Alright, I guess that's it. So this is just a recap video, basically talking about what happened during the previous 3.5 hours. I guess I don't necessarily have to record my every minute in the game. I kind of wanted to, but after facing all of those issues and being forced to jump ahead in terms of the video series, I've now set a standard, meaning that I can, in fact, skip some episodes. Maybe some of the more boring ones where I'm just out busting rocks and looking for supplies. I might do that. There's a feature on my screen recorder called Time Shift that allows me to continuously record but not necessarily save, unless I hit this button, and then it will automatically save the last 3 minutes or whatever time I designate. So I might do that. Then if something interesting happens, I'll just upload a Subnautica clip as opposed to a Let's Play episode. Alright, so where should I be logging out now? I think now I'll log out here. Oh, alright, I'll do that. That's still growing. This one's grown.
Vital signs stabilizing.
What's next on the agenda? That's a good question. I need to think about what my next objective will be. Oh, I also learned that I think when you log back in, you always face north. Because sometimes I was facing one direction, and I noticed that when I logged in, I was facing a different direction. So we'll do a little test. Facing dead west right now, and we'll see if I still am when I log in the next time. Actually, I can try it out right now. We'll do it right meow. Since I had to reinstall the game, it does seem to be loading up faster. It's taking on average before about a minute and a half. I'm watching the timer now, but it does seem like it's been faster.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Yeah, maybe not. Yep. Oh wait, no, I'm facing...
Power restored. All
Oh, I am
primary
facing
systems
north.
online.
The compass was showing a different heading, but then when I moved, it jumped over to north. Alright, mystery solved. I wonder why that is. Alright, so I know it wasn't a very exciting video, but thanks for watching. And I'll try to come up with something a little more interesting for the next episode. Until then, stay cool.